I think every working parent dreads cleaning. That's why the second that I hired a cleaner at my house, all my friends were like, oh, who did you hire? Were they any good? And how much did you pay? It wasn't even that we could afford much, because we can't. But we had to have a cleaner. I mean, we have the house on the market. We have to keep it clean because with all these showings that we're doing. So, and it's like near impossible for me to keep it clean. In the beginning, when the house first went on the market, I was doing my best to keep it clean. And it just kind of all fell apart after that. I mean, with the illnesses that I have, like with fibro and lupus and my back pain, and then the doctor appointments that I have 3 times a week, and then I have a stepchild that no matter how hard I try, and I'm sure I could try harder, that I tell her to pick up after herself of the living room, it just becomes a disaster zone again. It's a mess. And this is what I was telling my son the other day, because he always says, well, his stepmom can keep their house clean. Well, I'm not her. And I try. And I mean, we also have quadruple the animals that they do. I have, cat litter to clean up, the dogs that are always getting into trash, a dog that still acts like a puppy and chews things up, 3 or 4 males that are marking after each other for whatever reason. They never did before. Now they're doing it. One is old, so I think he just can't hold it, and then they think they have to mark. And then one cat that's refusing to use the litter box and always has, but she goes near it. This is just my daily life. Yeah. So I have the animals. But then, of course, we get back from camping, and my mom has the house just spotless. Like I told my son, she also doesn't have 4 hellion kids to take care of. And, yeah, 1 that doesn't listen to me and 3 others that are creating messes. But anyways, back to the cleaning. So we went through, basically, gosh, how many cleaners did we go through? So we went through a lot of services. We tried Molly Maids. We did Handy. And Handy, we went through a lot of cleaners. We went through 3 cleaners until that one cleaner that I thought was good went off on her own. We were going to hire her on her own because I thought she was good. And then she showed up. She was going to show up like on the day of a showing. I told her we needed her last minute, like 2 hours before the showing. Says, oh yeah, we can get it done. Asks if she can bring somebody. Never said I would pay that person. I just said she could bring that person, assuming she's just going to help her. Then they just basically kind of stood around and talked. They, because she told me how much she got paid on Handy. And she said, how about you pay me like how much I get paid from the app? This is all verbal, but she's like, yeah, I'll just charge you what I get paid instead of how much you pay in the app because it's cheaper. I said, okay. So it was like, I paid, I think it was over 100 on the app, but she says, I only make 75 of that. How about 75? I said, okay. So $75. Then she shows up that day. They basically swept. Her friend actually did more than her, which was clean the shower. Then put a few things away for me for the showing. she went into the laundry room and wiped down a door, and she then last minute I said, hey, this bathroom was never cleaned, and they did that really quick. I mean, this is like a tiny half bath. I'm talking like all she did was wipe down the sink, the mirror, and then sweep it out, and it took like less than 5 minutes. And then they were like, okay, and I was like, we gotta go, like this, it's already been, no, actually they showed up an hour before, that's right, it was an hour, not 2 hours, because by the time they got there, got all their stuff in, and then I was like, yep, we gotta go, because we gotta start loading up the animals, because we have animals we gotta take out for the showing. And yeah, then they left. And so for that hour, later on, she finally says, okay, can you pay me now? We're talking about payment. She asked how the showing went. I said, we haven't heard anything yet. She wanted me to pay her and her friend $150, because she said she wanted her friend to get paid too. For what? What did you do? It was me and my dad that actually ended up cleaning the entire whole rest of the house. And my mom cleaned up the yard. My mom was doing the outside. She was cleaning up the weeds, the dog poop, everything outside, the cigarette butts, everything. I did end up paying him $75, but not $150, because I did not ask her to bring her friend. But anyways, that's that review of them. Well, it wasn't Handy, it was her. As far as Handy goes, though, there were so many no-shows. They reschedules. Then we hired Molly maids. They said, we'll be here between this time and this time. The time came, time went. They didn't show up. Then they tried to reschedule me. I just canceled because the price is going to be like $400 for them. And that's not even cleaning all the rooms. That's cleaning like, so actually, I think I had it down as a 1 bed, 1 bath for $400. That's a little insane. Yeah. And windows, but still. Then we hired Homoglow. So this was our last one. This one actually, people are saying it's a scam, it's not legit, they're not so sure about it, you see it on the TV. Actually, I am impressed. I actually think that this is who we're going to stick with. And she didn't clean the whole house, because I said I do the laundry room. My daughter wanted to clean her room. Well, actually both my daughters. And my son's room was clean. So besides that, she cleaned the whole house. She did great. So we're going to make sure she gets to the rest of the house next time. She did it all in 4 hours, and she deep cleaned. I'll tell you what.
It feels so nice to come home to a clean house and not break the bank. I hired Homoglow for only $19 for a 4-hour clean. And because they guaranteed their cleaner to show up, and she didn't, we received this clean for free. And the next clean a $25 credit. So I gave the cleaner a $15 tip, so this basically only cost me $15.